You know my name's from Old Yeller, right?
Yeah.
The book.
Your name is from Old Yeller?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
The boy's name was Travis. That's what my dad liked the book, so he named me after that.
Wow.
Yeah, things
He's
you never know.
dropping knowledge on us right here on Ask Junior today.
The name just got cooler.
Yeah.
We had one person already wish Amy happy birthday in the chat. Dale.
Awesome.
Oh.
Everybody, if you got Instagram, go to my Instagram. Read my post. Let's burn Amy's cell phone battery up today with alerts. It's her birthday. I want her to feel celebrated. Thank you very much. I'm trying to bring up my YouTube.
Thank you, Pamela, giving Amy a shout out.
Thank you, Pam. Yeah, so we're doing Ask Junior here today, and yeah, there it is. There it is. Let me turn it down for it. There we go.
Ooh, there's a happy birthday, Amy, in all caps.
Yes. Oh, all caps. You got to love it.
Heck yeah.
All right, so Ask Junior is brought to you by Xfinity Mobile, and we're thankful for Xfinity and Xfinity Mobile for supporting us here at the Dale Jr. Download and everything we do. NASCAR fans, now you get the speed you need on and off the track with Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile customers now have access to Wi-Fi speeds of up to a gig in millions of locations across the country.
Millions.
In the continental U.S. I don't know. It's in the it says nationwide, so it could be outside the continental U.S. And with its nationwide coverage, you know that it'll always come through in a clutch. No racing pun intended.
No racing pun.
It comes in. It comes through for you in a clutch. Take NASCAR on the go with NASCAR Mobile. Xfinity, proud premier partner of NASCAR. Now, in the closing read, there's tons of racing puns, so stay tuned for those.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's Amy's birthday. Happy birthday.
Birthday, Amy.
Hey.
38, right? 28.
Let's not even go there. That's dangerous.
That's very dangerous.
It is. We talked to Kyle Larson a little bit. We talked to Ron Capps today. We talked about the race. We talked about the Cars Tour going to Wake County this weekend. Tune in to Flow Saturday night after you get done watching the Xfinity race from Martinsville. We're going to do some Dirty Mo-Do here today and see what the best bets are coming up on Martinsville. So it should be a lot of fun. I know there's a lot of people out there saying they miss Dirty Mo-Do.
Yeah, it's just in a different place now.
It is.
A little shorter, but
It is.
You made it sound like it died. Oh, it's in
well,
a
that's no.
better
People
place.
think that people are mourning it.
Yeah. They missed the Dirty Mo-Do podcast with Steve Letarte, and listen, it was an awesome podcast. Now it does live in a much shorter, briefer form inside of this Tuesday show on Dirty Air. And I'll be honest, I'll say it. I am not entirely it has not reached its potential. With how it lives inside of this show, I still see more for Dirty Mo-Do. So for those out there that still love it, I think it's going to be.
We're growing.
We're growing it, and it's finding its legs. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Andrew's here. We got some great questions, I assume, for Ask
Yes.
Junior today. Yeah.
Lots of good ones. This first one is from Speedy Pete on Twitter, and he was listening to the Tony Gibson episode and wants to know who the hell is Two Beer.
Two Beer is
Oh,
Kevin
man.
Pinnell. Kevin Pinnell is Tony Jr.'s brother-in-law.
Okay.
From Tony Jr.'s first marriage. So Tony Jr. married Kevin's wife, or Kevin's sister, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I got that
So,
wrong.
whoa!
Tony Jr. married, stop it.
You said it,
I'm
not
old.
us.
I'm old, all right? I'm old.
It's Monday.
guys. And it's Monday. I had it spinning.
It's Tuesday.
I had to,
Actually.
He didn't even pick up on that joke.
it's Tuesday. It is Tuesday.
Yes.
See, I'm all messed up. I'm in bad shape, all right? So I got a lot going on, pretty busy. But
Celebrate Amy's birthday tomorrow.
tomorrow. Anyway, so
Go.
Tony Jr. married Kevin's sister, and Kevin was part of the old original AC Delco Xfinity team all the way up until he was with, Tony Gibson when they won the Daytona 500 with Kurt Busch. So he was with that team for all of that same team for all
Long
those
time.
years. Yeah. And the reason why they call him Two Beers because he'd get drunk on two beers.
Sounds like
He
sounds
definitely
like my guy.
He definitely built up a tolerance, but they give him a hard time of how he was because Tony Jr., Tony Sr., and that crew, when they would go to the racetracks back in the AC Delco days, they go into the hotel bar and drink some beer on Friday night. They did that on Thursday night, Friday night. That was what they did. They'd go eat dinner, then they'd go in the hotel bar, drink beer, and laugh and hoot and holler. And so Kevin had to fall in line, and have some beers. And he'd get too drunk after 2 beers. So they come 2 beer.
He sounded, I mean, at least the story Tony told was wild. Like, he basically wanted to run away with a confiscated part. So, like, was that his personality?
He's short in stature, but strong and tough.
He was Jackman for a little bit, wasn't
And I don't know. Can't remember that. But yes, he was. I ran over him, I think. So when we come down, I think he's the one I ran over.
Really?
So in 1998, my first pit stop, Daytona 300 or whatever, in the Xfinity series, I think Kevin's the one I hit. He ran out there, and he came out there too soon. And I was sliding through the pit. So I was overshooting the pit, and he was like,
I'm here.
Hey, whoa. I got nowhere to go but up on the hood of this car. So there's a picture of him flying through the air, Jack flying, him flying.
Yeah.
Luckily, he was fine. And then there is this really clip that this paints me in a bad light, I will say.
Okay.
I know that's hard to believe. But we're racing at Sonoma, which I wasn't a big fan of. I'm out there struggling my ass off trying to road course race. And so I wasn't very good at it. Kevin broke his hand during a pit stop. And so I'm out there wrestling around with his car, and I said something on the radio, and Tony Jr. didn't respond. I said, hey, answer that question I just asked you. And Tony Jr.'s like, hold up, we got somebody in the pits here with a broke hand. And I was like, who? Broke hand? And he goes, yep, 2 beer broke his hand. And I was like, well, tell him to walk it off. Like, you can't walk off with a broken hand. But that I was being a smart ass. Of course, Kevin's like family. That whole crew's like family, but Kevin more so because he is family with Tony Jr., who is my family. And so we all were very close. People might have heard that, and I still see it on YouTube or clips today where people play it. And people might go, wow, what an asshole. But we were that close, right, that we could talk that much shit to each other. But anyhow.
What's the conversation like after you hit somebody on pit road? I mean, you have to, like, drive away, because, like, it's still in a race. But, like, is that an awkward conversation?
Well,
sorry, I hit you with my race car,
Well, it depends. In that situation, I was in over my head. I was a rookie, had never performed a pit stop before. I'm coming down pit road, and I've been out on the track going 180 miles an hour, and now I come down pit road, and I think I'm going slow enough, but I'm probably, instead of going like 20 miles an hour, I'm probably going 75 miles an hour, right? And so I get to the pit stall to stop the car, and it just locks up the tires. It's just, it just locks all the tires up because they're hard as a rock at Daytona. And I slide right through the pit. And he had committed to coming out there. Now, if I get into the box, he doesn't get hit. But I'm coming through the box. And he had nowhere to go. And so that was just a bad deal. But he was unhurt, which was, so then it was easy to move on. Now, you run over somebody. I've clipped people that have had their legs out, like in the stall in front of me. Like a guy,
like a
jackman or somebody with his leg way out there, and you'll clip him, and you're like, that's a dangerous thing because you could lacerate their Achilles or whatever, and you're thinking, dang, I hope that person's okay. I feel bad about that because that was just an unfortunate situation, and that's not my crew guy. I don't know him, and I don't know how this is gonna. So that's tougher, I think.
Yeah.
And when you're older and a veteran and do something that that you shouldn't do, and it hurts somebody, that sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. This next question is for TJ, and we actually got a $5 donation to the YouTube chat. So TJ, making us some money.
Yep.
Lunch is on him. It's from Derek, and he wants to know what's the best advice on how to get into spotting, how to start as a spotter.
Oh boy. Local short tracks, probably. Cars Tour, anything local, things like that. Even I've seen guys start on iRacing now. There's guys that actually spot on iRacing, and you can. I've been asked to spot on iRacing at times, but I think getting, going to your local short track, making friends with some of them guys, waiting for your opportunity. And then when you get your opportunity, just being ready for it, because I didn't plan on being a spotter, and I got asked to go, and apparently I was good at it. So,
What's a piece of advice you wish you were given that you would give?
If I could give advice to somebody, I would say when you're spotting, try to think ahead and describe the scenario as best you can. So the guy, just like you're driving, you don't want them to look in the mirror. So you want them to have the info, like when he was driving or with Brad. I don't want them to look. So if I can give them the info where they're not looking, I feel like I'm doing my job.
Yeah. If I'm not looking in the mirror, I can focus on what's in front of me. So I'm hoping everything he's telling me is just painting the picture behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even I trust it, right? What was your first race where you spotted TJ?
I think the first race that I spotted was at Kansas for Joe Nemechek. The main spotter had an issue and couldn't make the race.
I thought it was Dover for Matt Kenseth.
No, that was later. That was when I was trying to maybe go to his full-time deal.
That's right.
But that lasted about 2 laps before he wrecked.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I did Kansas for Joe Nemechek, and then I got asked to go and do all Boris Says races when he started. And then Matt Spotter was moving on to somebody else, which was Mike Kalanoff at the time, and they were doing some trial stuff. And I had Matt's Xfinity race at Dover, and he got loose off of turn 2 in racing with Paul Menard, and we crashed on the backstretch, and it lasted like 2 laps. So that didn't go over very well.
I remember it differently.
Oh, the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we still wrecked on it. And that was his fault. So that wasn't my fault.
My big takeaway was when the green flag came out, TJ said green, the word green.
No, it was ready.
Ready? Oh, you said ready?
Yeah.
Like 8 times.
Probably.
Ready.
I was ready.
Ready. So he started his ready.
Yeah, probably too
thinking
early.
that the green flag was going to come out after like 2 or 3 readies, but he started it too early. And so they're like creeping on around the track, and TJ just kept saying it. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
You can't.
I just wanted to make sure that Matt was ready. I wanted to make sure Matt was ready.
And then the green flag comes out.
Matt stopped me one time in Daytona.
Did he say ready?
No.
Ready?
I looked at him and said, "Hey man, you ready?" No, but we were joking about that race, but he's like, "We should try it again sometime." And I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe I could redeem myself."
Yeah.
Was he ready?
I was nervous for TJ.
I wasn't. Apparently I was nervous.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I was. Of course I was.
It sounded like you were ready for it.
I was definitely ready for 2 laps.
Mm-hmm.
The next question comes from the YouTube chat. Pamela wants to know, how was Bussin' with the boys?
Bussin' with the boys was a lot of fun. So I went and did the podcast for those guys this past week. We did 3 hours.
Whew.
We talked about racing and all kinds of fun things. We did talk about one thing that I was like, oh man, because there's a lot of things that we do on Bless Your Heart where I get up and I go, man, that might have been over the line. And I'll ask Amy, and I was asking her even a couple days ago, do you think that was too far? Like, should we are we saying too much? And so that's the tough part about doing those kind of lifestyle shows, is it's about life. It's about real stuff, right? And you're kind of, it's kind of, you get nervous that you're being too transparent about things. But hey, it's real life.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were on Bussin' with the Boys, and they asked me if I ever shit my pants while I was in the race car. And I was like, no, I've never done that, thankfully, right? But I know people that have done it. And I said, I think the reason why that's never happened to me is because if you can work a fart around your poo, does that make sense? And like relieve some pressure,
Sure.
It buys you a little time.
Yeah, I understand.
Have you ever drove home and you're like, I gotta go so bad, I'm not gonna make it.
But
quickly
you buy
turning into one of
yourself
them moments.
an extra 5
you
minutes.
buy yourself a little time if you can expels some pressure, right?
Sure,
Right.
yeah.
And it takes it. You know, some people can't do that, and they just
Shit their pants.
poop in their pants, and I don't. I get home. And
You know those
I make it
moments
to the
you were just
bathroom.
talking about? We are definitely in one of them.
And so we had this conversation on their show, and I got up and I was like, and we had that conversation at like the 30-minute mark of a 3-hour podcast. I got up from the podcast and I was like, we talked about shitting more than I thought we would.
I'm actually surprised you never did.
We talked about shitting more than I expected today. And so, I mean, you get up and you're like, it's in the can. There's nothing you can do about it. And so it is what it is.
I'm surprised you never have, honestly.
Shit my pants.
Yeah, during the race.
Yeah.
Or at all.
Ship my pants.
Yeah.
Should I say that instead? 'Cause
I
you
don't
probably
know.
can't
The
say-
ship's already sailed
Yeah.
on YouTube.
The ship's already
The ship's
sailed.
already
Shit's
sailed.
already set, yeah.
Literally.
I'm
surprised. Though.
I never have. Like I have had times where I'm driving home from work or from Charlotte or somewhere, and I'm like, dang man, I got to get home.
Yeah.
Even flying home a couple times, you're like, I gotta go.
Yeah, like it's like I got to go. The clock's ticking. And luckily that's never happened in the race car. Golly. I mean, because when you got to pee, listen, if you have to pee in the car, there is this moment where you're like, can I hold it? Like, could I get to the end of the race? And it's a distraction, terrible distraction, right? If you're trying to focus on something and do a task, doing it while you literally are trying to, hold back when you got to pee, you got to go.
Bodily function.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
so
at the end he was pretty comfortable with that part.
It's a big distraction.
Could you pee under a green flag?
Yeah, sometimes.
What track?
TJ, could you?
The longer the straightaway, the better.
Oh man, he used to tell Adam Jordan on the radio, "I'm sorry, Adam."
Yeah.
It was pretty common.
Yeah. It was not common. It happened once a year, maybe. Once or twice a year.
I remember it
Let's
differently.
ask Adam. I don't think it happened more often than that. But we would get into these hot races, and if it's 90 degrees outside, or if you're forecasted for a 90-degree day, you see that on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you're like get nervous, and you're like, shit, it's hot. It's gonna be 140 degrees inside the car. It's miserable. It is really uncomfortable. And so that morning you're drinking a lot of water, because I've dehydrated inside the car before. And you get delirious, you get dizzy.
Yeah, you don't want that
You
either.
can't.
It's not
you
safe.
will. It's very scary. I had that happen to me at Myrtle Beach one time, and so, you just all of a sudden you dry out, and it's the weirdest thing. But so you're drinking a lot of water before the race, and shoot, man, you're down on pit road. They're saying the anthem, and you got to get in, and you're like, I gotta pee, and there's no porta johns or nothing, and you get in, and you're like, now I got 3.5 hours of either trying to hold this thing or I'm going to pee in this seat. And so, it's not a big deal. You're racing. It doesn't, it's not like it's going to stink a whole lot or anything like that. It's water. You pee pretty clear, and so, if you can't hold it, you can't hold it. You go. You apologize to your interior guy. He's the one that's got to pull the insert out on Monday morning. And he's the one that's got to clean all that mess up. But
Would you try to eat the same thing on before a race to try to get your body?
I always tried to not eat anything that might make me sick. So no chicken.
Oh, really? No.
no
Yeah.
Mexican.
Oh,
Like grilled
because,
chicken, undercooked,
Right.
is a recipe for freaking disaster.
No, Travis,
Yeah.
that's not. You don't
I
probably
would
ever
think
do
chicken
that.
would be like a good race day
It's
meal.
too risky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's over there like Mexican
No,
food.
no, I said no Mexican food.
Yeah, that's a given.
Nobody's
what
going to
would
be
you eat?
eating Mexican before a
That's a
race.
given.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. No chili. What else, Travis?
No
So
spicy hot
yeah.
wings.
yeah.
God.
No
Blazing.
no ghost pepper sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasabi.
Yeah. So typically I would eat a very basic ham sandwich. You had to have a little bread.
Mm-hmm.
That's energy. That's going to get down in there and keep your belly kind of feeling somewhat full. And so I didn't have chews in the car. You see drivers eating on the snack during the race. I'm like, what the hell you doing? That's not even making a damn bit of difference.
I don't know.
No.
I feel like it could.
Yeah.
Now, man,
It's
come on.
calories going
Dude,
in, man.
if you are that that's overkill.
So what would you rather?
Really?
Yes, I could look at. If you're running a marathon, a triathlete, or riding a bike up a mountain, right? That's 40 miles, 100 miles. Yes, if you need to carry some food, that little bit of protein can get you to the finish line. Nobody needs food in the car during a race. It's not that serious.
What if? But you said shoes. So what if instead of drinking lots of liquids to stay hydrated, they just pop some shoes that can keep them hydrated?
I don't see how you get hydrated.
Travis,
from a chew.
you and your points are you're so
They are. By
Well,
the
you're,
way,
you're talking about staying hydrated.
You're ticky tacky.
to your point, you were right.
Yeah.
You were right. Adam said it was only twice.
Did he?
He did. Yeah,
All
he
right,
said he
thanks,
had to make
DJ.
sure orange Gatorade was on hand.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to
good
ruin
part.
This story before.
I don't want to ruin all of the stuff from the Bussin with the boys, but I did tell them that sometimes you do pee in the car, and I would be embarrassed because I always had white suits, and so I would pull down pit road and be like, "Well, shoot, now I got to get out," and it's gonna. I don't know what it looks like, but I would assume my mind goes, "Well, you're gonna look at me and you're gonna go, oh, he damn peed his pants. It's obvious, right? His white suit is now yellow right in that region." And so I would say, as the checker flag would come out, and I'd go, "Hey, can somebody get some orange Gatorade to the car?"
Code.
And they would bring they would bring orange Gatorade, and I would kind of splash that around and blend in the colors. So the whole suit had a little stain or a little hint or a tint. And I'm like, all right, I'm coming out. And I probably was overthinking it, but I didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah. Imagine if you shit yourself, you'd be asking for like Nutella.
Dude, if you pooped yourself,
Oh.
I'm driving the race car right to the damn bus.
Yeah.
And I'm like right up to the door. I'm like,
backing up.
yeah.
Backing in.
Yeah.
Pull
Yeah.
in the hauler.
yes. Ain't going to see that. Ain't nobody going to see that.
No Gatorades covering
You'd
that.
never live that down. That would just be the worst situation. Well, I'm glad.
Oh, man, I don't think I pooped, but
Oh boy.
no. I won the race at Richmond. It's in the driver 8 book. I think I peed. I won the race at Richmond, and I pull in, and I think I realized, oh my gosh, I got to pee something serious. And so I pull into victory lane. Like you pull into victory lane, as soon as the car pulls in there, like the team, everybody's like, ooh, yeah, it's excitement. Yeah, everybody's cheering. And they're waiting on you to climb out. TV's like, stay in there. We're getting ready to come back from commercial. Stay in there. And then when they come back from commercial, they're going to go, all right, come on out. And then out you come, and they catch you on camera right as they're coming back from break, right? It's all set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I pull in there, and they're like, all right, stand there. I climbed out, walked out of the victory lane. Everybody's like, where's it going? Out of victory lane I went over to the Unical 76 building, was right next door where everybody get their gas. Walked in there and took a leak.
Nice. Okay.
And I mean, I'm in there. I pee for 5 minutes or whatever, and then I come back out, walk back into victory lane, hop back in the car.
Did the whole shit?
Yes.
Yeah. No one knew.
They were like, "What is up?" I'm like, "I had to pee."
Gotta go.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Oh, I had to go.
I'm glad you. I guess making it full circle. I'm glad you can trust a fart.
Yeah.
I can't learn that the hard way.
I can. I know. I know when
When you're close.
it's not a fart. I know.
Yeah.
So you have to have that trait.
Got a good trait.
Yes. Yeah.
Got that extra quality.
Is that we got time for one
We
more
got
question?
time for one more.
Okay. Ooh, I want to find a good one then.
You're supposed to have these
Yeah,
ready.
the good
Oh no!
one's
I mean,
supposed to be-
I got a whole list of.
Yep.
Well, where's
You
the
want to find a good one out of all of the great ones that you
That's
have.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
That's
the list
right.
was the good ones. That'd
let's
be
see.
too hard to do.
what?
This is gonna be bad.
This one's coming from Johnny. What is your voicemail?
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
You
You
should
don't know.
call it. I don't have no
You want me to-
clue.
you want me to call?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the stock.
Here, hang up on me.
I used to have I used to have me. Like, I used to do.
Yeah,
remember,
right.
Remember when you used to do that? Like, record your own voicemail?
Right.
Hang up on me.
All right. Decline.
Oh.
Your call has been forwarded.
Don't make sure to say the number.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
All right, that's good enough.
Please record your message.
Oh.
It's stock. Pretty boring.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess can be glad that it doesn't say riach. Remember the
Yeah,
one Mike
yes,
Davis had where
yes.
it's like, you can riach me.
When's the last time you left a voicemail though?
Me?
Anybody like
I probably left one last week.
You know what that reminded me of? Remember,
It's been a while.
You just send a text.
our
I
buddy
know.
D. Neal used to do one where he answered his voicemail like he answered the phone, and you would
Oh my
start talking
God.
to it.
It drove
and
me
you're
crazy.
Like, oh,
Hello?
He'd be like,
God,
"Hey,
that was annoying.
Hello?
hello."
Be like, hello, what's
Hey,
up?
man.
Yeah.
We call this guy every day, and it still got you.
did,
It was
man.
so real. He was so good at faking it. It got you every day. He'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" He answered the phone the same way,
right,
right? So you thought every time it was him.
Yeah, hello, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
What?
It
It's like,
burned you
oh.
up, man. It's like, "Arr."
Are you gonna?
And then
record?
he would chuckle and say,
Gotcha.
I got you. Leave you a message.
That's such a bad feeling. Oh,
good.
I remember when we used to do our own voicemails. Remember those days?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a big deal.
Did you
Do
ever
a few takes?
Now
you
nobody
get
does.
it down.
I think everybody's a stock these days.
hold your phone up to a speaker and record like some music into it? That's what some people did.
Oh no. No, I never thought to do it that way.
I didn't either.
Let's bring that back.
You remember
Back to
remember
voicemails.
when we used to text each other words on our pagers?
What's a
Oh
pager?
yeah, you use the numbers.
Yes,
Yes.
numbers would
Yeah.
spell words when you turn it upside
Like
down.
oh yeah.
Oh, 8008
5.
5. Yeah. That was my favorite number.
You never.
Hell.
There's
I
no
was,
way.
I was thinking about the word hell.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was too.
All right. That was a lot of fun. Some great questions today. Hope everybody enjoyed tuning in. Appreciate everybody, checking us out. Everybody having fun in the group chat there. Anyways, thank you.
Wish Amy happy birthday.
Oh, that's right. Wishing Amy a happy birthday. If you haven't yet, go to my Instagram. Tag Amy. Make sure you tag her. I also put it in my story. You can tag her there. Add it to your story. Whatever. What?
We got a question.
What is it?
Oh, how do people handle people?
How do you handle people holding up the advance of the football league?
It wasn't me. I wasn't the last to play.
We will not
Well, how do you
advance till
handle
I
when
get-
the leader is a dictator?
Yeah.
We will advance when I get home.
Yeah. I have two witnesses that
That we're with you.
were with me that saw you were a dictator.
Ah, that's how you got to run it.
Okay.
Lead with an iron fist.
All right. Bye, Lisa. Lisa says bye. Aaron says thanks. Appreciate everybody. We have a lot of fun here. I love this part of the show. I enjoy seeing everybody joining us and talking and adding their funny quirks and comments on our live chat.
Yeah.
It really does make my day. It's the best part of the show. Thank you, Xfinity Mobile, for supporting us here. Here's all the racing puns, everybody. Xfinity Mobile customers get exclusive access to the most powerful Wi-Fi network on the go with speeds up to a gig. NASCAR fans, that means fast downloads for turn-by-turn action, smooth live stream with fewer pit stops, and a strong connection from the parking lot to the grandstands. So for more laps and less lag, stay connected with Xfinity Mobile. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, Xfinity Mobile. Thank y'all for tuning in, and enjoy the show later today when we get it out.